What is going on, all you crappies? Today I got some cool stuff in the mail and we're gonna try those lures. I'm pretty sure I shook the box. I'm pretty sure it's lures. So let's unbox that right now. So I got a ton of tubes, looks like kind of like ringworm. Here we got it, ringed pointer with scent rigs. Looks like they got deep cuts in the tubes to hold scent better. So I'm gonna be throwing on some of that good old slop sauce. Well, I don't know which one I'm gonna use first. I'm thinking one of the lines I'm going to use black and chartreuse tail, and then the other one, let's go with the, no, let's go and I'm going to try blue. I'm going to go blue and white. These got a little bit different of a tail here. These got more of like a string tail on them. So we're going to try that. And they also came with 1/16 ounce, looks like more of a swim jig head. So I'm going to throw those on. I have to thank Pico Lures for sending me these. Appreciate that. Mitch, appreciate it. I'll be posting a link in the video below to picolures.com and also to their logolure.com site. You can make custom lures or custom paint jobs on a specific lure. You can check them out. Again, Mitch, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's try to get some slabs in the boat with these Pico lure. To start off with, I'm going to show you how I'm going to tie on this 16th ounce jig head. Because I'm using more of a tube style bait, which means I'm probably going to be vertical jigging these more than I am casting and retrieving type of thing, as I would if I had a small swim bait or a beetle spin or some sort of underspin jig head. So I'm going to use just a basic loop knot to tie this jig head on. It's very, very simple. Just going to put it through the eyelet, pull out probably about 5-6 inches. I'm going to double it back over, loop it between my middle finger like that. I'm going to pinch it together, and then I'm going to slide it all the way down to where my tag end and my line end to my rod. I'm showing about 2 inches of line left after my tag end there. And see, I got both lines pinched together with both my hands. I'm going to leave a little bit of slack on this one side, probably 1.5 inches or so, just enough, because all you want to do is you want to flip this jig over the top of itself, over the top of the line. And I'm just going to flip it over 3 or 4 times here, just to where you get it, just so you get a nice little tight braid action going on. And then you're going to take the jig head and put it back through this loop that we just created, just like this. Or you can take the hook end of the jig and do it. It doesn't really matter which end. Just got to get the jig through that loop like that, and then you're going to pull the jig all the way through, and you're going to pinch the tag end of the line and the rod end of the line together up here, and you're going to slowly pull away from each other, and that's going to create a loop. Now, depending on how far away you want that jig, you can actually pinch the loop and slide it down and grab either the rod end of the line or the tag end of the line and pull, and that'll actually create a loop a little bit closer to the jig head for you. But I got about a 2-inch loop right now, which I'm perfectly comfortable with. And I'm going to pull that tight, and then I'm going to clip off this tag end of the line. Should probably use a clippers. I just use my teeth. And there we go. So on this one, I'm actually going to set up with the blue little ringed pointer. Okay, so we're going to start off. This rod's going to have this on it. A little straight tail type of action. Man, that thing moves. And then the tube, it's kind of got a ringworm effect to it. but I bet you it does hold the baits pretty well. So I'm just gonna hook through all the way to where it starts to bend there, and then I'm gonna poke it out of the bottom of the tail and slide it up over that little notch to hold that tube on the bait, just like that. That's gonna be a tasty little bait for some crappie. Here we go. So I'm gonna spray some of this slop sauce. Probably want to do this either in a bucket. I just do it over the boat so I don't get it on my carpet. And just like that, get it all nice and I think I'm over the top of my buoy right now, but we're gonna drop this down. See if we can get ourselves a nice crappie. Now I'm just gonna do a vertical jigging tactic, straight down. It's a fairly windy day, so right now, even though I'm anchored up, my boat's swinging back and forth, and it's actually gonna move the lure back and forth as well, so I don't really need to cast out, and I don't really like doing it when I'm fishing tube style baits so much, because tube style baits really are great for that vertical jigging effect, for straight up and down. They have a lot of action with their tail. The swim bait styles that I usually like to use, those are great for if you really like casting, cast them out, let them float, let them sink down to the bottom, then slowly pull your rod back and then reel up the slack and keep doing that until you get back to the boat. But that paddle tail effect on those swim baits, you kind of have to have a horizontal action. These tubes, any one of these tubes right here, especially these type of tubes, notice how they have multiple little tails on them right there. Those, when you vertical jig up and down, even when that bait falls, it really provides a really good action. As you can see, I got a buoy marker right over a brush pile. It's mid-October. Water temp's probably in the mid-50s right now. Air temp's probably a little colder actually. Maybe the low 50s air temp. Yeah, gotta love October in Wisconsin. I'm sure some of you down south enjoying some warmer weather. Won't be long, we'll be ice fishing with these lures. All right, they didn't want the blue one, so we're gonna switch it up to this black and chartreuse. Little tube action here. Sometimes color is absolutely everything, so we're going to try that out. Spray a little bit of sauce on there and see if we can't catch a crappie. There's a fish. There we go. And it is a crappie. Not the big one we wanted, but hey, I was right. They're on the deeper side. There's a good call on the move. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm trying to be. No, that 16th ounce jig head, it's a little heavy right now. It's getting me caught in those brush piles. I might have to downsize to something in my tackle box, so maybe a 32nd or one of those 48th ounce jig heads. The hook shape is great. It's just the weight right now I think is just a little much for me to control around these brush piles. So I had to move around a little bit, but switched it up to a red and chartreuse. Got this guy. Not that big a crappie, but we're back on him. There's a fish right there. It feels like a decent one, and it's a rock bass. You know, I don't like you. I really don't. I have a hatred for rock bass. It's justified because every time I start catching them, the crappie disappear on me. There's a fish. There's a fish. Please be a crappie. And it is. They're not that big, but they're crappie. And they're always fun to catch. Always fun to catch. There he is, right there. That's tiny crappie. I'm in a school of tiny crappie right now. The other thing to note, I think I've said this in previous videos, crappie sizes will school up together. Sometimes they'll be mixed in when there's multiple sets of structure real close to each other. Like I'm fishing right now, there's multiple brush piles in the water and they're all stacked really close together. So these larger school of crappie, and when I say larger school, I mean larger size of crappie, could be moving back and forth between brush piles. Right now I'm catching crappie, they're just in the smaller size class. And I don't know, I'm hoping some bigger ones move in. It's real windy right now, real windy. Oh, I just had a hit there and I completely missed it. There he is. Got him that time. Ooh, bluegill. All right. Bunch of bait fish mixed in there. Catching all kinds of stuff on these Pico lures. There's a fish. That's a better crappie. We're getting there. About a 9-inch crappie, 9.5 inch right there. We're getting there. There he is. Come on, crappie. Ooh, it is. It is a crappie. They're just, everything is mixed in down there. Everything is mixed in. I'm just hoping a bigger one shows up here. Had it. Not quite. There he is though. Got him that time. It's a good fish. That's a good crappie. That's the one we came for. Oh man, you were tough to get, buddy. You were real tough to get. That is gonna wrap it up for me today. Mostly because it's a little colder than I thought it'd be. There we go. Probably 11.5 inch crappie. Red Pico, that was the bait today. Ouch. So you can check out Pico Lures, picolures.com. I'll link them below and you can check them out. Also, they have the logolures.com custom logos on lures. You can check that out as well. Be in the description below the video. I appreciate you watching. If you like these kind of videos, it's kind of vlog instructional, hit that like button. As always, if you're not a subscriber, you see my face at the end of the video holding a crappie. You can click on that to subscribe. And below the video, there's a red button. You can click that. We'll see you next time.